Welcome back to Robin Reviews. One of the things I want to do slightly differently than I've seen sometimes online is branch out. I'll really be willing to review most things, and I had my first request, which was to review Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I'm a big fan of not spoiling things, and so you won't get any of that here. But I do want to touch on a couple things that I liked. First of all, I would say I probably would give it between a 7.5 or 8 out of 10. I don't think it's quite as strong as the first one for a few reasons, but I won't go into the specifics because then comparing it could get into dangerous spoiler territory. But firstly, I want to say I really respect the way that they paid tribute to Chadwick Boseman after his death. Um, that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to spoil how they do it, but I think it was handled pretty much as well as you possibly can. One of the things I liked, and I'm going to approach this so as to avoid spoilers from how I went into it expectation. From the trailers, I was a little, I don't know about concerned. I wasn't skeptical. I was concerned about all that they were trying to handle. Anytime you're trying to handle an actor's death that plays into a movie, the introduction of characters, um, and really continue the story on. So, the overarching MCU. It's a lot to do. To be honest with you, I really liked Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, but I felt that um, it was taking on maybe a bit too much, um, but then did it well. But then when you think of Thor, Love and Thunder, I think they tried to handle too much as well, but they tried to do it in one of the shortest MCU movies, if not the shortest. So here you have a movie in Black Panther Wakanda Forever that's 2 hours and 41 minutes long. And so I have to say, without giving spoilers, I was very impressed how they maneuvered all the complexities of all that they had to do. Maybe later, once enough time has passed, I'll go into more specifics. But as I say, when I went into it, I knew they had to handle Chadwick's death and what to do with Black Panther and how it fits in MCU. And in the trailers, they hinted towards a few new characters, a few um, cameos. There was a lot to do, and they did it really well. Now, the reason I wouldn't give it, a 10 or even a 9 or even solidly say an 8 is because lately, and I'm a big Marvel fan, what they've been doing with the movies. One of these days, maybe part of the review is I'll list in order my preferences, but lately I found there's been a real struggle with pacing. I do love action, but I'm certainly not saying that a movie has to be beginning to end nonstop action. But I struggle sometimes when you go from action to a snail's pace, then to the middle, then to action, and just I find it very hard to get a good flow. I mean, I do think gone are the days where you have like a 2 hour movie where the first hour and a half is build up to one big fight. However, I think that there are ways to do it where the pacing makes a little more sense and is a little bit easier of a flow. Um, that said, I did like the movie. It was very enjoyable. I did have a few moments where I felt like I was almost cheering, and also moments that were sad. But altogether, it was a good movie. And I will say, because I mean, it's in the trailers, I do think they handled the Namor character well. I have some questions about what more they may or may not do depending on how he fares in the movie. But it was pretty good. But my favorite character is still M'Baku. Just the way that he's able to command screen time with his presence, but also has the physicality, but also can easily bring the humor side. Um, I feel like he's kind of like Korg in that way, but if Korg was a little more sometimes serious, or is able to use or willing to use his brute strength a little bit more than he does in the movies. Whereas M'Baku has that strength, has that physicality, has that leadership, but also is able to crack good jokes at perfect times. And really, I enjoyed the development in this movie. And I also just included these Funko just so you could see them as I'm talking about it. I do love this. This is a glow-in-the-dark pop. So the flashlight I did, I think, in the third video would really highlight this well. I love the purple. I've always wanted to get the Killmonger pop from the first wave. I think it was a Target exclusive. Because Killmonger, as we know, doesn't use the purple, has more of a yellow and black, and I like how that one glows as well. And this Funko will never be worth much in terms of value, but I really like the detailing with his staff and his clothes, and even I never even noticed until just now. But the lighter color in his hair, which you can't see in the video, but I don't want to take him out. So yeah, all in all, it was a good movie. Again, 7.5, 8 out of 10. I did see it in as my first time experiencing ScreenX. If you don't know what that is, basically what they do is they show you the movie on the main screen, and then there are, not the whole movie, but there are parts where the two side walls show movie as well. It's like a wider widescreen, and again, it's not as crisp as the main screen. It's not all the time, but for example, there was various parts where you were able to actually see more side characters than you normally would have. And so a little bit at first, I found it a bit nauseating actually, because I didn't know where to look and it was moving very fast and in different directions. But then I kind of realized with ScreenX, you more so want to watch the main screen, but allow these sides to play into your peripheral vision so you feel like you're there. Yeah, really cool experience. Really great movie. And so this is my first bit of a movie review. I tried my best to completely avoid spoilers. I think I did that. But like I say with these videos, I am willing to review not anything, but I'm open to it. If people have suggestions or, you know, snacks they've always wanted to try, like if someone says they want me to go try caviar at an expensive restaurant, I'm not going to do that for obvious reasons, unless they want to fund that. But snack things, movies, TV shows, Funko, Rubik's Cubes, flashlights. I mean, the list goes really forever, and so I'd love to do them. It's enjoyable, and I hope my viewers get signed out. If you're interested at all, you can hit that like button. I'm not going to try and trick you and say that if you double tap to lock in your answers, that's great. But if you do like my videos, please give me a like, and thanks for watching.